I think I should have a word here. Thank you very afternoon. Thank you. Ladies and fellow gentlemen, it's good to be back on this planet. And thank you very much for your rousing cheer. It's my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all here this morning on this occasion, because I want to be able to tell you people, whether you're local people coming in from the bush, up from the downs, in from out west, or up from the foreign, far away places, who operate like now in summer and winter, in summertime, operate on DST, Daylight Socialist Time. And then from Sydney, Melbourne and Canberra, you know who you are. Canberra, the capital of the ACTU. Up they come when it gets cold down there, thick and fast, like a mob of flock, like a flock of homo, like a mob of flock of, like a flock of homing pigeons. 1,000 per week, 1,000 per week every single day, taking away our sunshine and our unemployment. Now these Mexicans, as we call them up here, but we built a wall. That's right, we built a wall with a tick gate and to keep these people out. But I don't want to get political on occasions such as on this occasion, for three reasons. Secondly, well, because it would be wrong, and C, because it would not be right. But I am Queensland's, and have been for many, many decades, up and down the length and breadth of this great state, Queensland's #1 salesman. They said, "Oh, Sir Joe, they call you, they say you are selling off Queensland to the Japs." Well, we weren't. We were giving it away. And that's true. When my wife, Florence, she was named after an Italian city, when she went south to Canberra, of course, we went to Italy. She was recognised and everyone knew me. They were saying, Sergio. So when she went south, they knew we were in good hands because of the multinational and our erudition right throughout the length and breadth of this great state. But we have been involved with music, culture, agriculture, horticulture, right through from here. But we spent it per 8.4%. 8.4% we spent on these areas, but we spent it per capita. The other states, well, they only spend it per head. And that's why we always got ahead in these great musical and theatrical presentations, like The Big Cow, the musical, The Big Pineapple, The Rough End of the Big Pineapple, the musical, and of course, the Jurassic Park, featuring the big feather rooster for one day, which turns into the big feather duster the next. Yes, and the Russ-ins, of course, provided entertainment for the visiting Japanese. You could go get a bus trip around the circumference of Russ on a 4-hour trip, sure. But for us, we put in new knees, and he was safe to go over the Gateway Bridge, safe for pedestrians, Presbyterians, and Russ was always in a stable condition. That's sure. That's positive. But you people who are trying to raise money now for huge lunch, yeah, well, he wrote a book about me long before he got into this caper with Over the Top with Jim Killen, and these parts. Hugh, of course, he's a ghostwriter, and saying, "I've been watching you, sir. Don't worry about that." We will collaborate. I have the thoughts in another place that I can't talk about right now, and I project them like the Bible to Hugh's right hand, that's sure. But you people don't know a thing about salesmanship and how to raise money. Two ingredients are missing. Of course, the White Shoe Brigade and brown paper bags. That's how we raise money in our day, and that's how the Mr. Biggs of this world should try to raise money for this. I don't know, QRL, why the railway is involved with football, but if you ask me, you need the police involved with the brown paper bags. They'll take a commission, or naturally, but it depends on who the commissioner is to see how much they take. That's sure, that's positive. If you need any advice as to who and what, and I can only go on what I hear with these two eyes and what I hear with these two eyes. So if you need any further assistance, remember that I was and still remain Queensland's #1 salesman. There is no business like Joe Business. We did over Nifty Neville. We're doing Queensland and New South Wales, the Reds versus the Blues. The Maroons or the Maroons or the Marines. We did the Blues over. Nifty Neville, he got out before he knew he couldn't go because he got out before he knew he couldn't leave before the going got tough because had to get out because he can't even leave because he knew why he had to because before he went he couldn't get out because you know why he had to go. Because before he left, he couldn't leave because had to get out because he can't even talk properly. Whereas I know what, like the Don is good. There is, we know one man in charge and whatever he says goes. And don't forget, as I always ask myself, and you people will ask yourselves, where would Queensland be without this great state of ours? Thank you, and good night. Thank you.